The tricky thing about different types of cancer is that people often don't notice symptoms until the disease is in its late stages. This is because different types of cancer can have very different symptoms. But what's worse, more of them are not obvious, and people tend to write these signs off to other diseases. Today, we're going to talk about the symptoms you should pay attention to so you don't miss the development of a terrible disease. The effect of a tumor on the body. The different symptoms of cancerous new formations are united by the specifics of the development of the tumor itself. Malignant cells, unlike normal cells, have almost no growth limits. For tumor development, they need constant nutrition, which they take from the human body. Thus, the body lacks nutrients, which leads to disruption of metabolism, cell regeneration, immune processes, including protection against infectious diseases, and reduces endurance. Given these processes of malignancy's impact on the body, it is worth noting that problems can start in almost any system of the body. Digestion, the excretory and reproductive systems, the respiratory process, and skin conditions, none of these are immune to the negative manifestations of cancer. But the difficulty is that any symptom associated with these processes is more likely to cause specific diseases, and only when they are excluded do doctors begin to think about cancer. In the case of fatigue and decreased stamina, there may be many extraneous causes, but there are always specific indicators to suspect the presence of cancer. And now we will tell you which ones to pay attention to. Dangerous symptoms. The first and very important sign is a long treatment without improvement. At the same time, it is not so important what to treat. It can be problems with digestion or a trivial cough after a cold, pain in the compositions, and inflammation of the bladder. If medication does not produce results, it is worth checking with an oncologist. Special tests for malignant tumor markers can help detect neoplasm at an early stage. Fatigue at minimal exertion may be caused by stress, including chronic, hormonal malfunction, but it can also be a symptom of a developing cancer process in any part of the body. Observe when fatigue occurs and how stress affects it. If there is a reason for the fatigue, it most likely is not related to a terrible disease. But if this symptom occurs without a cause or is combined with other symptoms from our list, it is worth to be examined. The third obvious indicator of cancer is the appearance of neoplasms. If you notice any bumps or lumps, do not wait for them to disappear on their own. It is necessary to be examined as soon as possible. Of course, these can be benign masses, but there can also be cancerous lesions. These are all common and fairly obvious indicators of disease. However, there are a few common symptoms that people don't associate with cancer at all. First, there is weight loss. If you are not sitting on a diet, but you have lost a few pounds in a short time, you need to get checked. A tumor can literally suck all the juice out of the body. Pay attention to loss of appetite, even if there are no other problems. This may indicate the development of pancreatic cancer. Secondly, an increase in temperature and constant chills. If these symptoms are not associated with colds, and other infections suddenly appear and just as suddenly disappear, it may indicate the development of evil quality education. Third, you should pay attention to bone pain, especially if you do not suffer from diseases of the musculoskeletal system and have not received any injuries. The fourth sign is a sudden and causeless change in the shape and color of moles, or bleeding from them. Also, a dangerous sign is a change in the color of the skin, its yellowing, redness, or itching. The fifth group of abnormal symptoms of cancer is related to the excretory system. Irregular stools, alternating constipation and diarrhea, and frequent urinating can accompany intestinal, bladder, or kidney tumors. This can also include the appearance of mucus and blood in the stool, masses, as well as bloody discharge in women outside of menstruation. The sixth sign is a constant headache, although they can be caused by vascular spasms, but in some situations the cause is much more dangerous: a brain tumor. This disease is also evidenced by a sudden deterioration of vision. The image becomes fuzzy, bifurcate, shadows and flashes of light appear before the eyes. The seventh group of signs is hoarseness, coughing, pain when swallowing, and voice changes. These all point to tumors or lungs, especially when these symptoms are accompanied by shortness of breath and are caused by a heavy smoker. Lung cancer may also present with very unusual symptoms. For example, swelling of the face in the morning, enlargement of the fingertips and their curvature. The eighth sign is congestion of the ear, as if the last before or a constant pain in the ear. This indicates a possible tumor in this area. And non-healing sores on the gums or palate indicate cancer of the oral mucosa. Finally, the most unexpected symptom is increased sweating while sleeping. Observing this list of symptoms, as well as seeing an oncologist in time, can be life-saving without exaggeration. But even without the appearance of these symptoms, doctors recommend visiting an oncologist once a year to be screened for neoplasms. Tell us below this video what you think about it. And don't miss more informative videos about health and longevity. Subscribe to our channel. When you click on the bell, remember to check that you want to receive all notifications. Have a great health and longevity to you.